Alright, welcome to the video. This is how to build up Phil Gaimon's climbing bike for under $1,000. Now the frame he uses, always start with a frame. And it's called the Light Carbon LCR 007 Magic Cookie Bike. And it's basically, this is the bike here. Now this is why this frame set is the most controversial frame set on social media right now. It's being talked about Instagram stories, Facebook chats, groups, forums. Phil denied this bike is an Alibaba Chinese-made cheap Chinese bike. He denied it, and look at this picture. One of his fans sent it to Phil, and then he sent that to me and said, "Look, Phil's denying that this bike is from lightcarbon.com." When and he tried. I won't show the other personal stuff, but he tried to make that fan look like Phil like a real troll. But the fan was just saying, "So no, this is the deal." So I lost all respect for Phil there. Phil chose to be this like, I'm there for the people. Bro, that's LA fake, man. You're just getting bikes from China for $450. These frame sets cost $450, and you're selling for like a $2,000 plus $2,500 US, and trying to be like the nice guy. These are bikes that anyone else can buy from China, factory direct. This is the LCR 007D. So I'm going to show you how to, Phil talks about trying to beat dopers on the Strava. I'm going to talk you how to beat LA scammers for under $1,000. Let's get to it. So this is the cheap China carbon fiber road bike. This is the one here. This is a disc version. Now these links may or may not work because they've been taken down potentially because of the controversy on this frame right now. It looks like we can't see it. Let's just go back to lightcarbon.com. This is, if you want a frame, these guys will sell you one. You might have to ask for the specific model. And disc rim brake. So Light Carbon are a legit factory coming out of China. So they've taken it down off the main thing. But if we go to Google Cache, there we go. So the LCR 07, and so this link won't work. I'll show you what happens if we go to it. It's been taken down. So this is a top secret bike now, which makes it even more interesting. So they've taken it off. But if we go to Google Cache, ba-bow, secret squirrel, inspected gadget. This is the bike here, right? So this is the deal here. So this frame is good. If it can handle Cookie Man's watts, which are like 6.8 kilos, 7 watts per kilo. He did 800 watts the other day up a 1 minute climb, whatever it was. So that's some serious Lance Armstrong EPO style wattages. And he claims to be clean. That's pretty impressive, man. And I would love to see you on EPO. That means you can do 500 watts for 20 minutes instead of 450. Anyway, this is talking about, I feel it's lacking integrity to be smiling to people and selling them a frame for an extra $2,000 profit when they could just go to lightcarbon.com. I would feel, personally, like a total dickhead if I sold my cycling jerseys that I get for, $30, $40. If I sold them for more than a $10 profit or whatever, $20 maybe, I would feel like a total dick if I was like a vegan athletic company getting stuff from China for dirt cheap and selling it at crazy prices. And you said, "Oh, everyone else does that." But I know I'd feel like I had no integrity left. I'd rather live on the street or live in a shit kicker box like I do now than sell out and rip off my audience. Some people say it's not ripping off. I feel it is. I just feel, I don't know, man. I'd feel guilty. I'd feel pretty shit, man, if I try to make that much money off my audience. Like $2,000 markup. I don't know. I just feel, or even $100 markup on a jersey. Like people would pay it for sure. I could sell cheap Chinese stuff for crazy prices. I could do that. I could be a millionaire. Some people with dodgy supplements and keto shit and Monster Energy drinks or whatever. But I like to sleep at night, and I don't like to rip people off. Anyway, let's get back to the bike, Harley. Let's not digress. So this is the bike here. This is probably the most legit carbon bike coming out of China right now. It's got the customized painting. They'll paint whatever you want on there. They'll paint leopards on there. They'll paint durians or bananas or EPO syringes and cookies on there if you want. So they'll do any paint job you want for between $40 to $150. So that's pretty impressive. Very, very impressive. They've got other model bikes as well. So if you don't like the aggressive geometry, you've got another bike here, there, here. You got a lot. So check out the endurance geometry or the race geometry. I like this one because it's a climbing geometry, quite aggressive. Not super aggressive, but pretty aggressive. And obviously very, very light. 875 gram. It's pretty light. Anything around the kilo marks, very, very light. So anyway, so that's the frame, $450. You can have that for $450, or you can buy it from Cookie Man for $2,500. Anyway, so we've got the budget, $450. We've got the frame, right? This is the frame, the climbing bike, the safe one. And I've gone to eBay here. I looked up American Classic wheels. These are some second-hand wheels for $340. You could probably get a cheaper wheel set if you're lucky. If you're lucky. But these are great American Classic wheel set. They're really hard to go past for durability, etc. Spokes easy to replace. So we've got $450. That's we're at $800. So let's go to eBay before. Where was I before? SRAM 10-speed group set. So I'm going to build up Phil's bike for around the $1,000 mark. All right, so you've got SRAM rival group set for $99. I don't think there's any front shifters on there. This one here, look at this. This has got a few bids on it though. It's from Italy, but this is the sort of thing you can get. This is what you can get flying around. This is good stuff, man. SRAM works great. I'm a big fan of SRAM, so get something like that. This is BB30 crank, so make sure you get the right crank for the climbing cookie bike. That's a GXP non-BS BB30, so it's like a BB86 probably. So this crank wouldn't work in that frame, so you want to get the GXP SRAM red. You could also just go to Shimano 105 if you wanted to, brand new for $400. Let's see what we can find on this website, SRAM red. You can get them for $200 or $300 if you're lucky. If you're lucky. Here we go. Oh, here we go. It's got 10 bids on it, so it's a bit hot. So there you go, like $235 US. No cranks. So you can get some cheap cranks. So cranks included. I'm getting delirious here. So we got brakes, we got cranks, we got shifters. It looks in really good condition. The hoods, you can get your hoods down the track. It looks like really good condition. It looks like it's got those blue carbon pads, probably some carbon wheels on there. And so yeah, chain rings are pretty cheap to replace on the SRAM. So you just make sure you get compact crank, or depends on whatever climbing bike you want to build up. So there you guys, is non-standard. So again, you spend a bit of time faffing around, you can get a SRAM red climbing bike with American Classic wheels for around $1,000 to $1,100. That's pretty impressive. So you can get the whole bike, the whole SRAM cookie climbing bike for around $1,000. And our buddy Phil is selling it for about $2,500 US. So yeah, interesting. So I just thought I'd just make that video, just sharing you out there. There's a lot of people out there who can't afford. Maybe you can afford $2,500 for a Chinese carbon frame made by lightcarbon.com. Maybe you're happy just to go, yeah, I'll support that. That's fine. That's your money. That's your choice. But maybe you're like a university student and you're into cycling. You're like, I want to ride the same bike as Phil or same bike as Harley, but man, I just can't afford it. And maybe I'll get a fucking bank loan. Maybe there's some suckers out there probably getting bank loans to buy a Chinese carbon bike, and pay the extra $2,000 or whatever, and they could get it. So it's that's the reality, man. So I want to put it out there, guys, that you don't need to drink Monster Energy drink to go up climbs. You don't need to spend a crazy amount of money on a carbon bike. You can get the exact same frame for $450. And if you want to get a fancy paint job, then you can get a fancy paint job as well. I'm sure they do some great paint jobs from what I've seen up close. They do some good shit. So Light Carbon gets my vote as a great website to deal with from what I've heard. A few people have come forward and said, yeah, I've dealt with Light Carbon before. Guys are great. There was a guy, someone said, talk to this dude, Johnny or Jason or something like that. I can't remember what the name was, but yeah. So they've got Instagram as well. Got an Instagram page, and I'll show you a bit more about them. Lightcarbon.com, aka Yixin. They have a sister company called Yixin who makes the wheels, and apparently Light Carbon makes the frames, and they sort of cross collab. So we've got to cruise down here. So the paint jobs they can do, it's really impressive. It's very, very impressive. There's the frame down here. That's it there. That's the LCR 007. This stuff is probably all going to get taken down after this video, but at least you've seen it here first. At least you know that it's pretty shit. This is I guess a lesson for people out there. Like, if you're gonna lie to your audience and say, no, that's not the frame, that's not the jersey, or that's not the bottle or whatever, then people are going to find that out and call you out. Then you just lose, all your credibility, man. You lose all your fucking credibility. This is the bike here, and this is December 2016. So this is an old frame, which doesn't matter if it's old. It means it's been tested and ridden, and a lot of these units have been sold around the world, so they do get good reviews. Light, stiff, custom paint job. So there you go, it's aka the Airstream. It's called the Airstream, it's called the Alios, it's called the Cookie Magic Carpet, it's called the EPO bike, whatever you want to call it. It's there, it's available, and yeah. And if you don't like that model, then check out what Light Carbon has to offer in the other models, you know. And so yeah, just that's a great option out there. This is also, they do the rims as well, so they do some interesting rim surfaces. They got the cutouts and stuff in there. I didn't use the rims. I haven't used the bike. I can't speak for them, but I have some people who've come forward and said, yeah, we recommend the Light Carbon stuff. They also do sell on Alibaba, lightcarbon.com. So there's an Alibaba bike, which is pretty cool. You know, because Alibaba has a lot of dodgy stuff on there, you know, that's sort of unsafe. It's copy Cipollini's or copy S-Works and stuff like that. So I don't recommend that sort of stuff because you don't know much about it. But this Light Carbon stuff seems very, very, very safe. You got another one, QEH, you know, $260 for frames. So you can get even cheaper than that. But I would probably stick with the Light Carbon. We also got here, yeah, they do stuff like that. It says $1. That's a bit of clickbait. You know, look at the paint jobs and stuff they're doing. That's one of those TT bikes. Personally, I think that's a lot of faffing around. Born to be wild. I wouldn't go one of those. But what else have we got here? Bang, bang, bang. So they do a lot of stuff. Make a lot of frames and some stuff. You know, Shenzhen bikes, XTR. Wow, $2,500. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But anyway, this is the deal there. It's taken down. It's a spy bike. It's a bad cookie bike, but it is out there for people who want to buy one. They've got an aero version as well, and that's a good deal. So there you go. That's the deal. And that's there. It is there again, and different paint jobs. So these guys can do some serious different paint jobs. And moral of the story is, don't try and rip off your audience, because someone will find out, and and it's not appreciated, man. It's not appreciated. And it's not appreciated at all. So there you go. There's the video. Share with me. I mean, am I totally wrong in my opinion? Do you share my opinion? What is the deal? Would you buy a bike off me for $2,500, a frame set for $2,500 that I bought for $450 from China? Would you buy that off me? I would. Even if you said that, I would say, dude, I don't do that. Maybe I'll make $50 off you, or $100 off you. $2,000 for a frame set for me. That's just me. But anyway, what do you think about the fact that Phil denied that frame, that picture, that link? What about he denying that when clearly it's the exact same frame? Clearly it is. That for me is very if Phil lies about that, if someone lies about that, what else are they lying about? Are they on EPO? These people are doing the EPO watts, the 6.8 watts per kilo at Norton Summit with no visible signs of fatigue, dropping some gun riders. The other guy, there was another guy who got dropped in that one. He's a gun rider. He won a race against Cameron Meyer and Michael Freeberg in Perth just a week or two later. So it's for me, if you're going to lie so overtly, it's, I don't know, it's just I've lived in LA a little bit, and the LA scene is, people are super friendly and super cliquey and super but it's also very, very super fake and super cutthroat. So, there's worse things to be selling than carbon Chinese Alibaba frame sets for $2,000 markup. I get that. Yeah, this is a first world problem. This is a first world video. But this is my turf. This is we're in YouTube, we're in social media. And I guess I hate to see people get exploited, man. I hate to see audiences get exploited. And there's so much bullshit in the cycling. This is how that's in 2008, it's fallen apart. There's so much bullshit in the cycling world, isn't there? So much bullshit, man. There's people claiming that they're clean and they're not. And now we see it. People see people even on Strava, doping to beat other people's
records that they got when they were doping, you know? So it's like, and then, it's like, I don't know, man. That's probably another video. We'll do another video about that. But that's just my thing. How to make a high quality Chinese carbon climbing bike for around the $1,000 mark. Maybe you're on a budget, you're a uni student, you watch my videos, you watch all the cycling videos on YouTube, and most of us are on a budget. Most of us on a budget. We've got time, and we're looking for deals and stuff like that. So there you go. That's just my little thoughts, comments, and criticisms. Not hating. Again, not hating. Just being big brother. That's all I'm doing, man. Is looking out for you, gang. You guys look out for me, and I look out for you. And you can always rely on me. I ain't gonna bullshit you, man. I ain't gonna sell you bullshit. I ain't gonna exploit my audience to get super mega cashed up, more money than you really need. I live a very, very basic lifestyle, and I do that partly so I can be honest with you, man, because I don't need much money to live. So there you go. Just a bit of a PSA, public service announcement. Don't believe if someone smiles a lot and act all fake and shit on camera. That's what they are in real life.